Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a video about just one thing. We're not going to make anything, but I want to show you all exactly how to print your patterns off and put them together, okay? This one I've already done, but this is something we're going to do real soon. Make this top out of this fabric. Yeah, we are. That might be my next project because I can't wait to wear that. But I'm also going to make a raincoat or two. And I found one real simple pattern that I think I like better than the more complex one. This one has lady sizes 2 to, I don't even know, way up there, 2 to 30 or something. I don't recall. But I know it had 88 pages to print off. It was a lot in this pattern. And when I started reading it, it's a little more detailed. And I just want a nice little rain jacket. Trying to... Okay, now then. I think I've got y'all fixed so I can see, and it's not got some kind of funky writing up there. Okie doke. This is, and she has a YouTube tutorial on doing this. She does. But it's So Anastasia Raincoat right here. It's got her YouTube thing right here so you can watch how she does it. But first, I want to talk to you. Several of you have commented, sent me emails, this and that about, I don't understand when I print off a pattern how I get it together. What do I do with all those pages? Well, I'm going to show you. That's what this video is about. How to print off a pattern, put it together so that you can cut it out. So we all know that when we buy a pattern at the store, it comes on tissue paper, and there are ginormous sheets of tissue paper that you have to unfold and then cut your pieces out of, right? Shaking your head, yes, 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 we know how to do that. Okay, well, what you're doing, this has 37 pages. What you're doing when you're creating something like this is you're having to take your printer paper. Now, if you want to buy printer paper or you want to buy a thinner paper to possibly print this on, that's all up to you. But it needs to be letter size paper that goes in your home printer. That's what I have. I just have a home printer, no big printer, no big copy machine, nothing. It's just a little printer that sits over here, and it works great. All right. So when you do that, you will get, well, this one doesn't have that because she has the YouTube tutorial to go by. You will get something that looks like this, usually with a picture, and this one came with this picture right here on the front. See that? And I just put it on the front of this folder so I know what pattern's in here, okay? And then it comes with all of your directions and all of your picture drawings of what to do and what to put together. And you know that when you buy a pattern at the store and bring it home, it comes with a fold-out sheet that's all of your step-by-step instructions on how to put the garment, the bag, whatever it is, together, right? Yeah, okay. So we're just having to recreate those two pieces. I like this. I like it being on a heavier piece of paper, especially if it's a bag pattern or an accessory pattern of some sort that I may make more than one of, okay? It'll last a lot longer. And you can buy pattern tracing paper that you can put this together, trace it onto that, and it's a little more user-friendly. It's a little more pliable, a little more flimsy, I guess you would say. More like a tissue paper if that's what you're looking to do. All right. So with this one, our Sew Anastasia, it gives us all of our sizes and our measurements. Your bust in inches from 32 to 61 and a half. Measure, 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 measure. And it gives it to you in centimeters. That's the only measurement you need for this particular pattern. Okay? You need it to fit here because the rest of it's just going to fit, evidently. Okay? And here is a small sheet that shows you all of your pattern pieces that you should have. Once you put it together, you should have, let's see, a front, a back, a pocket flap, a hood, because who wants a raincoat without a hood, a belt, a sleeve, and I'm assuming maybe some bindings. I can't really read that because it's very small, okay? But that's what you get, all right? But it shows you what your pieces should look like. Most all the ones that I have downloaded from Etsy have that. And that's where I get a lot of my patterns is from Etsy. And no, people do not send them to me for free. I buy them. Sometimes they're $2 or $3. Sometimes they're $15 or $18. Just depends on what the pattern is and how bad I want it. Whether I'm willing to pay a lot for it or not. Okay? So, this is where you start. And I'm going to refer back to this right here. Okay? And you can see this says page 1 right here. See that? It says page 1. All right? This is page 1. This gives you your page layout right here. See that? And they go across and then they come down right here. Do you see that? That's how you lay them out. That's how you put them together. All right? And you can put this together in rows 1 through 4, which is pieces 1 through 20. But you do not have to attach 21 through 33. They can be a separate grid. And then 34 through 37 can be a separate grid. You see that? And that makes it a little bit nicer because you're not wielding 37 pieces of paper that are all taped together all at one time trying to cut this out. All right, so first of all, you need to measure yourself and get, goodness gracious, that didn't self-heal. It's got like a place in it. You need to measure yourself and find your size, your correct size. And you probably want to write that on here. Some patterns I have seen, when you get them, will have a different size. It will have a different set for you to print for each size. And that can make it very nice because you're not having to go, okay, now which one am I cutting? Am I cutting the blue dot, the solid green, the pink dashes, the light blue, the light green, whatever. You're not having to just remember which one you're having to cut. And this doesn't even give us which one is which, okay? I guess you just start with the one on the inside being the extra small, small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, 3X, 4X, 5X, and 6X, I'm assuming. But it did not give us an actual little color-coded thing there. But this is page number 1, okay? And they're telling you to put that page right here. Although, this doesn't have any actual pattern pieces on it, okay? Your actual pattern pieces do not start until page 2. So, I'm not going to do that because I want to hang on to this page, okay? So, I'm going to start with page 2. I'm going to lay it right here. And these go in order. They should be printed in order. I'm going to turn you all down so you can watch how to do this. They're printed in order. Page 2 is right here. This is page 2. See that? And it shows to cut this margin off. Do you see that? All right, but I'm not going to cut it off of that one. I'm going to cut off of page 3. This right here and this right here. And I'm going to leave this because this part is where I will overlap my other one and have a good guide right there, okay? So, We've got our page 2 right here. You can tape it or you can glue it. It does not matter. I tape it because otherwise you're waiting for glue to dry for forever. Or at least I think so. You want to be careful when you're cutting. Use your paper scissors and cut right there. And then you lay this down. And do you see how this one right here makes little hearts that come together? Look at that. Makes a little heart right there and right there. And when you get those little hearts together, then it's in the right place. Then you're going to take you some Scotch tape and you're going to tape it right like this. Well, I should have another roll of tape here somewhere. I thought I did. Here it is. And it does take a lot of tape, you all, to do this. But we shall persevere, as they say. All right, and because this is, these two pieces right through here are making one piece, I want to be sure I get that tape down good. All right, just like that. All right, now then, here's page 2, page 3. Here's page 4. Page 4. And so I can overlap that, and it shows you right here. You need to cut this. Cut that edge off right there. Okay? And I like to leave the edge on one of them. She's actually showing, no, she's not telling you to cut that. So you want to just to watch and see where the lines with the scissors is where you want to cut. Okay? So here we're going to lay this one right here. We're going to match up our little hearts, just like this. Get them all on there straight. And we're going to tape this. Tape it down. And this one you want to tape pretty much all the way because you've got two pieces here to cut out. Your raincoat flap, pocket flap, and your raincoat pocket. Okay? All right, there we go. And then page 5. And is that all that goes on this first row? It is, because you see there is nothing here. No, nothing to line up page 6 to. And here are our little scissors, and we're going to cut this down right down through here. And this will also help shorten up some of our other videos that we have to put patterns together. I can go ahead and do that and then just refer back to this particular video for the ones that need to know how to do that, okay? And I usually just take mine and flip them if I need the space. Just kind of fold them over. All right, we've got this one laid down here, and this one needs to be taped from right in here down all the way. And you want to be very, very precise with this. So you've got it all there together. All right. All right, now page 6 goes right down here. Okay. And I need to match up my hearts, which should go like this. Okay, this one will go over here. It should go to page 1, okay? All right. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of this. All right, now then. This page will line up right here. But there's no, she's showing to cut the bottom of this, but I'm a little confused on how she's doing this. And here's page 7. Okay, right here goes page 7. Do you see that? You see how these are going to match? and how this heart right here will match. So to do that, we need to cut the top and we need to cut the left-hand side. Some people leave a larger margin around, others do not. They almost all have some sort of margin and some sort of line to show you where to cut the excess off. All of them I have seen do have. Okay, so here goes page 7. Page 7 will match these two hearts right here. See that? Want to match those two hearts. And you want to be very careful that you get them matched. I'm going to pull this down here where I can see it a little bit better. It's not so far away. You want to get these matched very well. And then you want to tape it. Okay? Now then, because we didn't have anything to tape this to, because I didn't use page number 1, I'm going to lay this right here and match my hearts. Right here. Okay? You need to tape that all the way up and then all the way down. And I'm going to come back and put some more tape in a few minutes. Okay, here we go with page number 8. This one, we need to match hearts here and hearts here. Okay? They should all come with a schematic to show you how to tape them together. Or they should come with lines or something for you to match that you should be able to figure out how they need to be put together. All right? Here's this one. We've got to match our two hearts at the top. You're matching the top and the sides on these, okay? And then there's the side. Okay. And we're going to go 2 more on this row, and then we'll go to the next row. So for this one, we've got our heart down here, and our one heart there, and our heart right there, okay? Y'all, this is easy to do. It just takes a little bit of time to put it together. But you can do it. I know you can. Just don't be scared. Don't be saying, oh, mercy, I don't know how to get my pattern together. What do I do? Well, you use that little noggin of yours, because I know it's a good one, and you put it together, just like this. Okay. One more page on this particular one. And it goes right here. I've got 2 hearts to match at the top. And one down the side. Okay, here we go. Just like that. Okay. Now then, what I do to kind of keep it out of my way is I just kind of fold that over right like that. See that? Just kind of folded that over. Just kind of roll it a little bit. Just like that. Now then, I can start my next row. And this one, I'm just going to cut the top off of. Okay, just the top. Because we're just going to match this one heart because the rest of it will come down the side. Okay? And some patterns you can put together in columns, all the A's, all the B's, all the C's, and some you put together in rows, and then you can just tape your rows together. But this one has them actually printing out 1 through whatever, so that's the way you need to do it. Okay, so we bring this down here, we match our little heart right there, get it all where it needs to be, everything's matched up, and we put it, this is page number 12. We are going to cut across the top and down the left-hand side. Across the top, down the left-hand side. Okay, here we go. This one goes on here. We match our heart at the top and our heart down here on the side. We've got 2 hearts on the side here. 2 hearts and 1 heart. And mine are not lining up just perfect, so I'm going to just put them in here as close as I can to get them all as close as possible and go with it. Because if they're off, they're not going to be off more than, you know, a 16th or a 32nd of an inch, and that's fine. What are you looking for? No. Okay, here we go. Across the top and down the side. The left-hand side. Top and down the left-hand side. Same thing. Now then, I'm going to pull it up this way just a little bit so I can get to this page. This is page number 14. Across the top. And down the left-hand side. And match our heart at the top. And you also have lines right here that you know, make sure your lines are matched up. And that everything is lining up straight. And this has got your marks for something where you need to mark probably where your pocket goes with your stars along here. Okay, This is the last page on this row. All right. Okay, now then, I'm going to keep going until I finish off this section, which has got 5 more pages to go on here, 16 through 20. And then I'll come back and we'll start the next one, okay? Okie doke, I've got all this in one big piece, and it's all taped together. Now then, we're going to go. We need 21 through 33. Right there they are. I just pulled them all off. You see, that's the waist tie. It's what goes on the very bottom down here. Oh, and the raincoat hood flap. Okay. So we start here with 21. Goes right like this. 22. We're going to cut this right here, the left-hand side. We are not cutting the bottom because we want that left on, okay? So this first row of 5, we're not cutting the bottom. Okay, so we're just going to match up our lines. You want to make sure that all these lines match as well as just your hearts, because maybe your paper went in a little crooked or something, and you want these lines to match more than you want the hearts to match. Okay, so if your paper went in a little late or something and your hearts would match like this, you don't want that. You want to make sure that your hearts match that your lines match, okay? And I hope I'm going to have enough tape. There's some more right up there. Okay. All right. Now this one, we're only going to cut the left-hand side. Remember that. On the first row, you only cut the left-hand side. You do not cut the bottom. You don't cut the bottoms. You just cut the left and or the top. But this one doesn't have anything to tape to the top, so we're just cutting the left-hand side. And it goes right like this. You want to match them all up. All right, right there we go. Okay, you see what I mean? This right here, bring y'all over here and zoom in. Right here, this right here. If I make my hearts match right here, see how pretty those hearts match up? Look at this, it's off right here. Can y'all see that? Got you down here about as close as I can get you. See how that's off and that's off? See how those are off? This one is off. I don't want that. Okay? I want it to be like this. So in order for it to be like this and line up correctly, these hearts are not going to line up. But I really want my pattern lined up, okay? That's what we're lining up, is the actual pattern. So I moved it down. Okay, that's what I was trying to explain. All right, now this one. We'll go right here. We'll match up our hearts first to see if it lines up. And this one does line up perfectly. The hearts and down here. And I'm going to tape this right here because this is what I need the tape on, okay? I don't need tape on this because I'm going to be cutting all this out, so I don't want to waste my tape. All right, we've got one more on this particular row. And you all, they all go together similarly. Is that similar? In a similar fashion, but not all patterns are going to go together like this. Some of them will give you registration marks and some will not. Some will just tell you how they go together and you just have to match the lines. Okay? But basically, this is what you're doing. You're just printing and taping. That's all you need to do is just print them out and tape them. All right. Now then, I'll bring y'all over here and raise you back up just a little bit, because we will go to our next row. Get this out of the way. All right. Now this one, we need to cut off the top. Okay, just the top, not down the side, just the top. Okay, now then, we shall line this up. And it lines up just perfect. Right along there. And we're going to tape all the way across this one. Now this is where we start cutting the top and the left-hand side, because we need to tape it here and we need to tape it here. Okay, this is our raincoat sleeve, it says. Well, I'm kind of anxious to get this raincoat made because it's raining here every day. Every evening it rains. It has. And yesterday we got so much rain. I mean, it absolutely poured. And there was water standing in our yard where water has never stood in our yard. Here again, top, left-hand side. And here again, we want to make sure this right here matches more than anything else. Okay? Okay, here we go. This is part of our hood right here. And this one, as long as this right here matches, this doesn't have to match because there's no pattern piece actually right here. So I'm going to make this match up here at the top because that is where this is important to match, is right here and right down through there. Okay? Because this is all waste right in here. That's all waste. So it really doesn't matter. Got one more top and side here. And then we go down to the next level. And when I get to where I'm changing it up just a little bit, because we do, then I'll bring y'all back, okay? Okay, now then, we are coming to the next row, and this row only has 3 pages, 31, 32, and 33. Okay, it's the rest of our sleeve and the neckties for the raincoat. Okay, that's all it is. These 3 right here, and they go right down here. Then after that, if you look back at your page right here, you see you've got all these right here. And you've got those 3 extra at the bottom. And then these 4 go straight up and down. They go 34, 35, and 36, and 37. Right straight up and down, right like that. Okay? And that's all there is to it. Then you come back and you cut it out. This right here, I can go ahead and cut right like this. And have these 2 pieces. And then I'll add the other 3 onto here. You notice I left this little piece right over here. I left that right there. You see that? I left that on there because that is part of our sleeve if you need that size. So I left that little piece on. So now we do this. We add these. We cut the top. The top and the left side, the top and the left side, okay? Top and down this left side. Right, here we go. These go right like this. And this finishes up the sleeve pattern and the necktie pattern. I didn't cut that off, did I? Let's cut this right here. Now then, one more. Some of you have also said you're too old to learn. You are never too old to learn. Never, ever, ever too old to learn. Now this, I'm going to cut right across here. Make it just a little easier to manage. Fold this piece. And lay it over. And then I'll fold this one. And lay it over. And what did I tell you about these? They go straight up and down. So you only have to cut the top off. 34, you cut it off at 35, 36, and 37. Okay, here we go. Match up our hearts. And one more right here. All right, that's all there is to it. Then you just cut out whatever size you need, just like you would an ordinary pattern. Okay, just like any other pattern, you cut out according to the size that you're going to make, extra small through 6X. Okay, and we're going to hope that the sizes on this are true to what the measurements on the pattern say, because sometimes they're not, as we have found out in previous videos. So I've got my fingers crossed. Actually, if this is a little big, it is a jacket, a coat. It means you just put more layers under it, and it'll still be, you can still wear it and it'll still be comfortable. So I probably will cut this a little bit on the large side. So if it's just raining and I have on a sweater, then I've still got, or a sweatshirt, I've still got plenty of room in it. Okay, because I can't stand to have a coat that's too tight in the arms or the shoulders or whatever. So I'll probably be making this one a little bit bigger than my size tells me to, because it is a jacket. But I'll bring y'all back when we get ready to actually put this pattern together and make this coat, because I do have plans to do that. And I have some other exciting news for you all. I do. And so y'all come back along when we get ready to make our raincoat. And thanks for sticking with me and watching through so you know how to order a pattern off of Etsy, print it out, tape it together, cut it out, and use it. Easy peasy to do, no worries. Like I said, they're easy. It just takes some time to put them together. And this way I can go ahead and have all that step done whenever we're making something new, and I can have my pattern pieces ready and all my pieces cut out. Okay, we'll do another video on exactly how to cut pieces, so you can refer back to that video if you want to just know exactly how to lay your pieces on a piece of fabric to cut them. That'll be another one. But thanks for watching and sticking with me, and order you some patterns and get them put together and get to sewing. And I'll see you all in the next one.